Daniel sat on a flattened cardboard box, his back against a brick wall stained with years of city dust. His beard was untrimmed, his jacket too thin for the weather, and his hands, once steady and confident, shook slightly as he held a paper cup with a few coins inside. He wasn't shouting. He wasn't begging loudly. He just sat there, quietly saying, "Evening, sir, ma'am. God bless," to anyone who passed close enough to hear. Most didn't. A businesswoman in heels stepped around him without slowing down. A group of college students laughed as they passed, one of them glancing at Daniel for half a second before looking away. A man in an expensive coat almost tripped over the cup, muttered something under his breath, and kept walking. Daniel lowered his eyes. He was used to this. What people didn't know was that Daniel had once been just like them. He had worn pressed shirts, complained about deadlines, rushed through subway stations with coffee in hand. He had been an electrician for nearly 20 years, a proud father, a dependable husband. Then the accident happened. A fall from a faulty ladder at a construction site shattered his lower back. The surgery failed. The pain never fully went away. Painkillers turned into a dependency. Missed work turned into job loss. Medical bills piled up. His wife tried to hold everything together, but stress has a way of breaking even strong love. One argument turned into many. One night turned into separation. And slowly, quietly, Daniel's life collapsed. He didn't end up on the streets all at once. It happened in steps, missed rent, couch surfing, shelters, then finally this sidewalk. The hardest part wasn't the hunger or the cold. It was being ignored. Being treated like you're already gone. That evening, Daniel noticed a little girl tugging at her mother's hand as they approached. "Mommy," the girl whispered, not quietly enough. "Why is that man sitting on the ground?" The mother tightened her grip and pulled the child closer. "Don't stare. Come on." Daniel turned his face away, shame burning hotter than the cold. Another 10 minutes passed. The cup barely made a sound now. Only 3 quarters and a few pennies. Then someone stopped. It was a woman in her early 30s, wearing a simple navy coat, and carrying a grocery bag. She didn't rush. She didn't look uncomfortable. She just stood there for a moment, really looking at him. "Hi," she said gently. Daniel looked up, surprised. "Evening," he replied. "What's your name?" she asked. That question alone stunned him. "Daniel," he said after a pause. "I'm Emily," she smiled. "Are you hungry?" Daniel hesitated. Pride fought with hunger, but hunger won. He nodded. "A little." Emily handed him the grocery bag. Inside was a warm sandwich, a banana, and a bottle of water. "Thank you," Daniel said, his voice cracking despite his effort to stay composed. Emily didn't leave right away. She crouched down so they were at eye level, ignoring the looks from passers-by. "It's cold tonight," she said. "Do you have somewhere warm to go?" "Shelter's usually full by now," Daniel replied honestly. Emily frowned slightly, thinking, "Wait here." Before Daniel could ask anything, she stood up and walked toward a nearby pharmacy. He assumed she wouldn't come back. People often said things like that. But 10 minutes later, she returned with a heavy blanket, thermal socks, and hand warmers. She placed them carefully beside him. "It's not much, but it might help." Daniel swallowed hard. "Why are you doing this?" Emily paused. "Because a few years ago, someone did the same for my dad." She explained how her father had lost his job after a heart attack. How close they came to losing everything. How one stranger, a man he never met again, paid for their groceries one day when her dad's card declined. He said, "Everyone needs help sometimes." Emily said softly, "I never forgot that." Daniel nodded, unable to speak. Emily stood up, but before leaving, she asked one more thing. "Would you be okay if I came back tomorrow? Maybe we could figure out some next steps." For the first time in a long time, Daniel felt something dangerous bloom in his chest. Hope. "I'd like that," he said. That night, wrapped in the blanket, Daniel slept better than he had in weeks. The next day, Emily returned. And the day after that, she helped Daniel get a new ID, took him to a clinic that offered free checkups. She listened, really listened, as he talked about his past, his regrets, his fears. She didn't judge him for the addiction. She didn't treat him like a charity case. She treated him like a human being. Weeks passed. Emily connected Daniel with a nonprofit that specialized in job training for people with disabilities. His back prevented heavy